Howdy everyone, Ellen Weatherholt here in the Children's Discovery Garden at Tulsa Botanic, and I'm going to share with you today what we do to get ready for winter. So as you can see behind me, there's some beautiful fall color, and we are in full swing with our winter preparations. So one of the things that we make sure to do is that we keep lots of stock plants in our collection. So those are a really nice individual of a certain kind or a certain cultivar that we love, and we will dig one up and put it in the greenhouse. And then Lori Fry, our greenhouse manager, will keep that stock plant alive over the winter in our greenhouse, and then we'll propagate it in the spring to make all the beautiful flowers you see here in our displays in the summer. So we make sure to get all those tender tropicals in the greenhouse. We also watch the weather to make sure that we're not going to miss a freeze, because there are some preparations for our water features. Also, just one last sweep through the garden to make sure we've gotten cuttings or stock plants of all the things we want next year. So we do get a little antsy when we hear those freeze warnings from the weatherman. So that's one of the things we do. Another thing I do at my house is I bring in my houseplants. So I am a pretty tough houseplant parent, so I often only bring them in just before a freeze, like the day before a freeze. So some of the plants may have a little cold damage on them. Some of the plants I might not even bring in. So it just depends on how deep the freeze is and how much I'm going to protect those plants. So I bring them in before a freeze, and if you have lots of those tender tropicals, make sure you bring them in now before it gets too cold, because anything below that 55 mark, you'll have to do some Googling. If you are an owner of those really fancy houseplants, you probably know exactly what they are. So just make sure that you get those in now, because it's definitely dipping below 55 every night. So we're in full winter preparation mode. We're planting lots of bulbs. We're putting down mulch. We're cutting back all the annuals that have died back for the winter. So we'll just keep working on it together.